Hey, welcome to Gourmet Fishing, where we catch fish and then, well, we cook our catch. I'm your host, David Murray, and on today's show, we're not catching anything, but what we are going to do is we're going to dry age a 15-pound ribeye roast for 45 days. So I tell you what, don't go too far away. When we come back from the opening, we will get ourselves set up to begin our dry aging. Hey, welcome back from the open. It is time to begin our preparation for our 45 days of dry aging. Now, we are using a special bag to do our dry aging in. It's put out by a group, their name is UMAI. You can find them on Amazon. I've done this before. It turns out I don't know if you've ever had a dry aged steak, but I tell you what, they're delicious, and you ought to try it. And well, hopefully you'll try what we're doing here. These are specialized bags. What they do is when we seal them as best as we possibly can with the vacuum sealer, these bags will allow the meat to breathe and cure. And you know, the neat thing about this group is they've got all the instructions right here. It comes with the bags. So I tell you what, the first thing you have to do is we've got our 15-pound ribeye roast. Oh, by the way, have you ever heard of a restaurant talking about a wet age steak, versus a dry aged? You know what that is? Right there, a vacuum sealed steak in its own juices, and they just let it hang out in their fridge for a little while. That's it. That is a wet aged steak. Anyway, the first thing you need to do when you come back with your roast is to wash the outside of the bag itself, because what we don't want to have is any cross contamination from the outside of the bag on our meat when we put it into our special aging bag. So I've already done that. I didn't want to bore you with it. So what we're going to do, we're going to come in here with some scissors, and we're going to cut across the top like so. And then, you know what, we are going to I need a little towel. Hold on one sec. Always thought I was 100% prepared. Not quite. So I am going to put this towel down because we're going to get some drips and so forth. So open this up just like so, and we're going to now come down on each side, not all the way, just like this, like that, and then like this. And we're going to open this up. Whoop! Don't you go anywhere. Now here is our, let's see if will you stand up? There we are. Here's our bag. You know, it's definitely going to fit over our roast, and they are made to do so. So I am going to come in. This is a little tricky. Take this down this way. And we're going to do just like so. Yes. Awesome. Just like that. Then I'm going to move it over like so, and we have a nice mess on our hands. That's fine, no problem. Okay, so here we are. We have our roast in our bag, just like that. Now, we are going to now need to come in and wipe the top part of our bag out, because we want that to be as dry as we possibly can. Move this down this way a little bit, just like so. I'm going to come in and we're just going to wipe this down, just like so. Again, we want this to be as dry as possible when we begin our vacuum sealing, just like that. Now, our first step is to take one corner of the bag and an angle, and we're going to just seal that with our vacuum sealer, like so. I'm going to bring this in about right there, just about right there. Lock it in place, and I'm just going to seal it, just like so. Now again, this isn't rocket science. No, maybe it is. No, it's science. Anyway, it's not that hard. So we're going to let that seal, and then we're going to seal it one more time. Okay, there it is. Now, I'm gonna let that cool, and I'm not going to move it. I want to seal it in the same spot. One more time. All right, now we've got that edge double sealed. Now we're going to come in with this little fabric piece that comes with the kit. I think they call it a vacuum mouse. I'm not sure. We're going to come in and we're going to place that in this little opening that we haven't sealed. Then we're going to come in and place it on our vacuum sealer, just like so. And then we're going to actually use the vacuum part of our vacuum sealer. So we're going to do a vac seal, just like so. Now we're not going to be able to draw out 100% of the air. It's not a vacuum bag, but you're going to get as much air out of it as possible. So we're going to try to get this bag to get all around the meat. It's getting close. Now it's sealing, and then we're going to do the same thing we did with the corner. That made a funny noise. But we're going to double seal this corner also. There. Okay. I'm going to open it up just a tad, like so. We'll let that cool. Seal it back, and then we're going to seal only. Just like so. Okay, we've got our double seal. Just like that. Now we are almost ready to let this gal sit in the fridge for 45 days. God, it's going to be hard. But the wait, the reward after the wait is going to be spectacular. Now, wire rack is what we're going to put in the fridge, like so. Let me show you. We're going to come in. We want the fat side up, just like that. It's going to sit in here, and what we're going to try to do is to get as much contact with the bag and the meat as we possibly can. Now, you know, what we're trying to do is to get about 75, 80%, coverage. So you're going to have a little air pocket here, a little air pocket there. That's okay. That's okay. The world's not going to end. But when I put this in the fridge, I'm going to elevate it about 2 inches or so off the shelf, because we want that air to circulate all around our meat. And the neat thing about the fridge is when we open and close it, that's going to generate airflow, and that's going to be our friend. Now, that's it for right now. Until 45 days later, we got a little bit of time to wait. Now, what am I going to do with this after our 45 days? Well, I tell you what, we are going to create a dry aged surf and turf dinner. And then we're also, I think, going to take a couple of the ends off, and probably about a half-inch steak, and we're going to grind those together and create our own dry-aged hamburger meat, and create a dry-aged black and blue surf and turf burger. So until 45 days, I guess we're just gonna have to wait and see what happens. Look here, here it is. It's been 45 days, right? I don't know if you can see it, but we started August 6th, and now it's September 20th, late September, and here it is. Our long wait for return on our investment. Sure, why not? So here it is. I tell you what, we're gonna take our little grate and get it out the way. Just like so. It'll be fine down there. So, here we go. Can't wait to get into it. I'm going to flip it over. Come in. Just like so. There's our seal with our little doohickey that they wanted us to use. We're going to come in, we're going to cut this just like so. Going to come in here, just like this. Just like this. Oh yeah, good and stuck to it. Open this up. Oh, cannot wait. Voila. Just like so. Now it does not look all that appealing, does it? But anyway, that's the dry age part of it. Look at that. Oh yeah, cannot wait. Now what we're going to do, we're going to come in here, we're going to cut off probably about this much here on this end, and then come down here and probably about like that. And then in here we will begin making some beautiful, probably 2-inch thick cuts for beautiful ribeye. So I tell you what, let's see what the heck we've got. So I'm going to come in just like this and make our first cut. Just like so. What I'm going to remove our bag first off, like so we can at least get into cutting. Oh yeah, look at that. Here we go. We have drawn some attention from our little flying buddies that seem to bother me all the time. I don't know if they bother y'all too, but here we go. I just saw it. Looks good. Yes. Okay. Now it doesn't look good right here, does it? Are you ready? Oh, but look at that. Look at that. Oh man. First off, this piece right here and our other piece down here, we're going to make some hamburger meat coming up. And we're going to create a black and blue seafood surf and turf burger, and this is going to be the base. I can't wait. Yes, so here we go. We're going to come in with this side right here. I'm going to come down. We're going to cut this one too. So I guess y'all can tell I'm excited about this. I've done a 30-day, which wasn't bad. It's still, it was good. It's good. But I cannot wait to try the 45-day. Yes. Oh my. Wow. Oh yeah. Check that out. Look at the marbling in there. Now, we started out with a little over 15 pounds, but this thing has shrunk compared to what it was. I unfortunately didn't weigh it. I would like to see, over that 45-day, I would love to see what kind of a reduction in moisture we had. But oh my goodness, that is going to be so good when we get our black and blue burger going. Now, I want to show you how we trim one of these up. So we're going to come in. Yeah, that's a good size steak, don't you think? Heck yeah. So we're going to come in. We're going to cut our first steak. Here it is. This is what's going to go on the grill here in a little bit. Yes, it is. We're going to also do a surf and turf with our steak. Now how can I explain this? When we're trying to cut, we've lost a lot of moisture in our steak, and it's almost like the meat's grabbing the blade. So you got to be careful with it. Don't force it, or you're going to cut yourself. So, yes, check that out. Now we're going to move this over here. Now, check that out. What we've got, we've got one heck of a steak right here. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to vacuum seal all of my little individual pieces, but I'm going to do that without trimming the steak and freeze it, and it'll be just fine. So when you bring it back out and you got a couple people to come over and you want to have some unbelievable steaks, just throw them in the fridge, and then what you're going to do is you're going to come in here and you're going to trim these steaks up. So what we need to do is we got to take kind of this. Can you hear that? Here, let's see. You can probably hear that there, can't you? Yeah, that's kind of the hard edge. That's the outside edge of the steak that is basically dehydrated. So we're going to come in just like so, and we're just going to take that off. Just like so. Probably going to take right here. Yep, there's not much there. So I'm going to come in, and we're going to cut this. I'm going to take the bottom part of this off. Just like so. Oh yeah. So now when you do this dry age, you are going to lose a little bit of your steak from if you just wet aged it, which, as I think I mentioned 45 days ago, what a wet age is. You know, that bag that just came in that we opened up and then we put our new bag on it. A wet aged steak, they just keep that in the bag. And they, you just hang it around your fridge for a little while, and now you can call it wet aged. They never give that a day. Like this is a 45 day. You can do 30 day. You can do 60 day. You can do 90 day dry aged if you want. You never see a 90 day wet aged. Yeah, it wouldn't work. So anyway, we're coming in here. We're gonna trim this up. Yeah, I'm coming here to take that off. But yeah, we're gonna come just trim all that those hard edges off. Just like so. We can get this guy out of here. It'll be much more better. But there you go. That right there. Oh man, that is gonna. I can't even describe to you what this is gonna taste like. But there's steak number one. That is a beautiful steak. These little guys here, I'm probably just gonna let those go by the wayside. But as I look at this, I'm going to actually come in and I'm going to take some of this off right here. I'm not going to throw this away. You know what? That's fat, and that's going to go when we combine this and this. As I come in and trim a couple of these up, I'm going to keep this fat. So when we grind these together for our 45 day dry aged ground beef, we can have a little bit more fat, a little bit more flavor in there. Yes. So I tell you what, we're gonna do that. We're gonna do one more. Heck yeah, we're gonna trim up one more of these things. What do you think? About right there? That look good? That's about an inch. Yeah, we'll go an inch and a little over an inch. Here we go. We're gonna do one more just to show you what we're doing. Right, here we go. Got that one loose too. Now I'm gonna come over again. I'm gonna move you out the way. Check that out. God, oh man. I wish y'all could be here, because we're gonna throw a couple of these on the grill here in a few minutes and enjoy, I promise you. But again, what we're gonna do, we're gonna come in and we're gonna take this hard edge off of our steak. We're just going to trim it up. That's what they call it. We're going to trim it just like so. I'm going to come in, and it's probably about 1/8 of an inch, I guess, is what we're looking at, that we're trying to take off of this thing. Just like so. Oh yeah, Now you stay right there. Oh, that's gorgeous. Come down here. Come back this way. Oh, yes. You can kind of see what we're doing. We're just trying to get that outer edge of our dried steak off and up right there. You don't want a lot of brown on it, if you know what I mean. So there it is. I tell you, take that off right here. But man, check it out. Beautiful. Check it. Oh, that is. Pay a lot of money for that in the high-end steakhouse. But you know what? We did it right here at Abaco's Bar and Grill. Yes, we did. I tell you what, I'm gonna continue to cut our steaks up. These are the only two that I'm gonna trim. But I tell you what, so let's take a look at what we have here. We've got some beautiful cuts of meat. Oh goodness, are you kidding me? Check it out, right there. What you would pay for this in a high-end restaurant? Shock you. But here we are. Check that out. Beautiful, beautiful ribeye steaks. Hey, tell you what, next week we are going to pair those steaks with lobster and some shrimp and some grilled asparagus. We're going to have ourselves an unbelievable surf and turf. So hey, tell you what, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel. Make sure you click that little notification bell so you know exactly when we upload anything new to the channel. Also, you can follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Well, you know, the thing about Instagram, we've got 2 T's in Gourmet and a handle, just, you know, one of those things. So until next week, God bless, and we'll see you soon. Oh hell, that thing's been recording the whole time? What an idiot. Wow. Oh, that just must be riveting video. Thought I turned it off. Always something. What the heck?